Yea, coping with a grumpy community that breaks the association rules, living inside a community where people are chronically grumpy, and routinely ignore the association rules can feel like death by 1,000 paper cuts. It's not just the rule breaking, it's the tone, the sarcasm, the simmering resentment, the passive aggressive, I've been here longer than you energy, the constant complaints, the meetings that feel like emotional hostage situations. If you're trying to be reasonable, you can start to feel crazy. You might catch yourself thinking, why do the same people keep getting away with it? Why is everyone so negative all the time? Am I the only one who cares about doing things correctly? If I speak up, I'm the problem. If I don't, nothing changes. This is exhausting. This guide is built around one central truth. You cannot fix a grumpy, rule breaking culture by being nicer, quieter, or more logical. You cope by combining personal regulation, strategic boundaries, quiet documentation, and consistent, process based enforcement. While protecting your peace, you're going to stop treating this like a social problem you can solve with persuasion and start treating it like a systems problem you can influence with structure. 1. First, understand the why. A grumpy, rule breaking community usually runs on one of these engines. How? A. Learned helplessness. People tried to follow the rules before, nothing happened, so they stopped believing rules matter. Agile. B. Informal power structure. A few loud personalities dominate, and everyone else learns. Don't fight them. How? C. Conflict avoidance by leadership. Boards or managers fear drama, so enforcement becomes inconsistent. Inconsistent enforcement creates more rule breaking. D. Entitlement culture. Some residents treat rules like suggestions for other people. Has. E. Chronic stress and scarcity. People are stressed, so irritability becomes the community's default language. When you understand this, you shift from, these people are ruining my life too, this is a flawed system with predictable behaviors. That shift matters because it moves you into strategy instead of emotional reaction. 2. Decide your mission, influence versus survival versus exit. You can't do everything at once. Choose your primary mission for the next 60 days. Mission 1. Survival. You minimize exposure, reduce emotional involvement, set boundaries, and stop trying to fix everyone. Mission 2. Influence. You focus on rules, process, documentation, alliances, and consistent enforcement without becoming the community therapist. And Mission 3. Exit. You reduce stress while quietly planning your next move. You can change missions later, but trying to do all three at once burns people out. Quick clarity prompt. If nothing improves in 6 months, what do I want to be able to say I did? I protected my peace. I tried structured change. I prepared my exit. Pick one. That's your anchor. 3. Personal coping. How to stay sane around chronic negativity. Grumpy communities are emotionally contagious. If you're around it enough, your nervous system will start living in brace mode. Shout. Strategy. Treat the community like weather grumpiness becomes less damaging when you see it as the forecast, not my responsibility. Mantra. I don't argue with weather, I dress appropriately. That means you don't reason with chronic complainers, you don't take bait, you don't attend every meeting, you don't volunteer for roles that drain you. Exercise the emotional budget. Imagine you have $100 emotional per week for community life. Allocate 50 to your home and peace, 20 to necessary logistics, 20 to positive connection, 10 to conflict enforcement work. If you spend $60 arguing with grumpy people, you will be emotionally bankrupt. Rule. If a conversation costs more than it returns, you cap it. Safa. In the moment reset when you get pulled in. When you feel your body tighten, do this quickly. Exhale longer than inhale. Text 5. Drop shoulders 10%. Unclench jaw. Say internally, not my job to fix their mood. This sounds small, but it prevents you from matching their energy. 4. The two-channel approach. Tone management plus rule enforcement. You need two distinct skill sets. 1. Tone management. 2. Rule enforcement. If you only do tone management, rule breakers win. If you only do enforcement, grumpy people drain you. You'll combine both. 5. Practical scripts for grumpy, rule-breaking people. Your goal is not to win them over. Your goal is to end conversations efficiently and redirect toward process. Script set A, neutral, end the rant. I hear you. That sounds frustrating. I'm not the right person to solve that. You'll want to send that to the boards and management in writing. I'm going to head out. Hope your day improves. Short, calm, no debate. Ham. Script set. B. Refuse drama. I'm not discussing people when they aren't here. I'm not available for yelling. If we can't keep it respectful, I'm ending this conversation. Then end it. Don't threaten repeatedly. Script set. C. Redirect to rules. What do the association rules say about that? Let's keep it to the agenda and the bylaws. Can we put that in writing and follow the process? These phrases train the room to shift from feelings to structure. 6. Protect yourself from becoming the complaint sponge. In grumpy communities, some people choose one person to dump on, the calm one, the helpful one, the person who listens. That can become you. Boundary. I don't hold emotional trash for other adults. If someone starts unloading, I can't take this on, but I hope you find a solution. I need to keep my headspace clear right now. You can be kind without becoming a landfill. Exercise. The 2-minute limit. Give grumpy people 2 minutes of polite listening, then redirect. I hear you. What step are you taking? If they don't have a step, got it, I have to go. This discourages endless venting. 7. Now the system side, how to respond when rules are being broken. This is where you get strategic. The biggest mistake people make is treating rule breaking like a moral issue. Why are they like this? Don't they care? Instead, treat it like a process issue. How do we create consistent consequences? Step 1. Identify the type of rule breaking. Different violations require different moves. Common categories. 1. Noise, nuisance. 2. Parking, property misuse. 3. Harassment, threats. 4. Maintenance neglect. 5. Financial dues issues. 6. Meeting conduct violations. 7. Board management noncompliance. Categorize it. This helps you respond appropriately and document cleanly. Step 2. Use the 3 Ds: date, details, documentation. When rules get broken, do not write emotional narratives. Write usable facts. Create a simple log with date, time, location, what happened, rule reference, evidence, impact. This is how you win in systems, not with outrage, with clean records. Step 3. Choose your enforcement path. Most associations have some version of complaint submission process, notice to cure, comply, fines, hearing, escalation. Your power increases when you follow the exact path consistently. 8. A calm power complaint. Template. Subject. Rule violation report. Category. Date. Hello, manager or board. I'm reporting a rule violation under rule-section, if known. Date, time. Location. What occurred. Objective description. Evidence. Photo, video, saw witness. Impact. Brief sleep disruption, safety issue, blocked access, etc. Requested action. Please follow the association's enforcement process for this violation and confirm next steps. Thank you, name, address. That's it. No character attacks, no diagnosing, no long story. Systems respond to clean inputs. Block 9. How to handle a board that doesn't enforce rules. This is a common nightmare. The rules exist, but leadership doesn't enforce them consistently. Here are practical moves. A. Ask for process, not personality. Instead of, "Why won't you do anything?" say, "What is the association's enforcement timeline and steps for this category of violation?" You're forcing clarity. B. Ask for records and consistency. How many violation notices were issued for this rule in the last 12 months? What's the standard practice for fines hearings? Sometimes the question alone changes behavior because it signals accountability. C. Build a small coalition of calm people, not a mob. A coalition. Find 2-4 residents who want peace, want rules followed, are not dramatic, agree on clean documentation, shared language, consistent submission of complaints, showing up to meetings calmly. A few steady people can outlast one loud person. D. Use meeting structure to your advantage. Most chaos thrives in unstructured meetings. You want agendas, time limits, written motions, minutes that capture decisions, references to bylaws, CC&Rs. If meetings are messy, you can ask for, "Can we return to the agenda? Can we record the motion clearly? Can we note that in the minutes?" Minutes matter. Factor 10. Coping with meeting chaos and rule-breaking conduct. Some community meetings turn into emotional brawls. If people break association conduct rules, interrupting, yelling, intimidating, your goal is not to outtalk them. Your goal is to, make the meeting unprofitable for bad behavior. Pre-meeting preparation. Before you walk in, decide your one outcome. Write it down in 1-2 sentences. Practice saying it calmly. Plan your exit line if the room gets ugly. Exit line. "This isn't productive. I'm leaving and submitting my comments in writing." During the meeting, the one-sentence rule. If you're dealing with grumpy interrupters, limit your speaking to one clear sentence at a time. Example: I'm requesting consistent enforcement of Rule 10 and a written timeline for action. If interrupted, "Please let me finish." If it continues, "I'll submit this in writing." The less you talk, the less material they can twist. After the meeting, send a recap email. If important points weren't recorded, send a calm recap. "For the record, I requested, please confirm next steps." This creates a paper trail. 11. Psychological self-defense against grumpy culture. Grumpy communities often have unwritten rules like, don't complain unless you're a certain person, don't challenge the loud ones, don't expect fairness. Everything is a personal attack. You break that by living by your rules. Haka, your 3 personal rules. 1. I speak in facts, not emotion. 2. I follow process, not personalities. 3. I protect my peace like it's property. Exercise the detachment review. At the end of each day, write, what did I absorb today that isn't mine? What boundary would have helped? What is my next calm action? This prevents the community from renting space in your head. 12. How to deal with neighbor-to-neighbor conflict without being pulled into war. Some disputes try to recruit you. Can you believe what they did? You should tell the board. Everyone agrees. Be careful. In grumpy communities, triangulation is a sport. The "I don't do triangles" line. I'm staying out of that. I'm not taking sides. If there's a rule violation, use the formal process. Then stop. You're not being cold, you're staying safe. 13. Create your own micro-community. Inside the big one. If the broader community is toxic, your survival improves dramatically when you build a small pocket of normal people. Micro-community strategies. Find one neighbor who is calm and kind, become friendly acquaintances. Start small rituals, waving, brief chats, sharing produce, dog walk meetups. Host a tiny gathering. Tea on the porch, 30 minutes, low pressure. Create a good news loop. Grumpy culture shrinks when you build a parallel culture. Stopped 14. The rules are sacred, people are messy. Mindset. You can care about rules without becoming rigid or rageful. A helpful mindset. People may never be emotionally mature. Systems can still be improved. Your job is structure, not emotional reform. This helps you avoid burnout. 15. When you're the target. Sometimes rule breakers retaliate when you report violations. If you feel targeted, sasel, immediate steps. Document every incident. Use written communication only. Avoid private confrontations. Don't match energy. Consider a camera for your property. Escalation. If threats, stalking, or harassment occur, treat it as a safety issue, not a community drama issue. Involve authorities as appropriate. Ask the association for specific protective actions. Your safety comes first. 16. Emotional recovery after community stress. Even if you handle things perfectly, chronic negativity can wear you down. You need recovery practices that prevent carryover. The transition ritual. When you come home from a meeting or conflict: 1. Wash hands. 2. Change clothes. 3. 6 long exhales. 4. One sentence: I'm back in my life now. This trains your nervous system to stop staying on alert. The containment note. If your mind keeps replaying community conflict, write one note. Next step, one action. Then stop thinking. Your brain relaxes when it knows there's a plan. 17. A 30-day practical plan to cope and improve things. If you want a structured approach, Hampshire Wild. Week 1, protect your peace. Reduce exposure to grumpy people. Stop vent loops. Start your documentation log. Identify your mission. Task. Week 2, build your calm process muscle. Submit 1 to 2 clean complaints using the template. Ask leadership for the enforcement timeline. Attend one meeting only if necessary, with one clear outcome. Week 3, build your coalition plus micro community. Identify 2-4 calm residents. Agree on consistency and documentation. Create one positive micro community ritual. Week 4, evaluate and adjust. Did enforcement improve? Did your stress reduce? Is your mission still the same? Do you need to escalate? You're measuring progress, not perfection. 18. The hard truth. Sometimes the best coping strategy is limits. Some communities don't improve quickly, some never improve. You're allowed to protect yourself without guilt. Protective choices include not attending meetings unless necessary, disengaging from gossip, keeping interactions short and neutral, treating the association like a utility provider, not a family, planning an exit if the environment damages your health. You don't owe your nervous system to a dysfunctional system. 19. Quick toolkit summary. If you want the fastest, highest impact moves: 1. Stop trying to persuade grumpy people. Use neutral scripts and exit. 2. Document rule violations cleanly. Date, details, evidence. 3. Report using a calm template. No emotion, no labels. 4. Force clarity from leadership. What's the enforcement process and timeline? 5. Build a small coalition of calm residents. 6. Create a micro community for sanity. 7. Use recovery rituals so the stress doesn't live in your body. If you tell me 3 details, I can make this even more useful. Without you needing to share anything too personal, these 3 details let me tailor scripts and a step-by-step enforcement plan. 1. Is this an HOA condo association, a neighborhood group, or another type of association? 2. What are the top 2 rule issues? 3. Is the board leadership inactive, conflict avoidant, or all part of the problem? If you answer those, I'll give you specific scripts for your exact scenario, a documentation template customized to the violations, a meeting plan, an escalation ladder that protects you while increasing enforcement pressure,